Hi P3! It's day 7 of our home learning, and for today we will be starting the last unit of our English class. So it is Unit 9, Big and Little. Are you ready to start? So to begin with, I want you to open your learner's book on page 118 and you're going to meet these three kids. We've got Mark, Sophia, and a reporter. Are we on the same page now? Ready? So, listen to the track. You can also listen to this track using your own CD, which is track 60. But as for now, I'll be reading it for you first. Reporter. Hello, I'm writing a report about big schools and little schools. I want to know which are better. I'm going to interview two children from two schools which are different sizes. Hi, Mark. Can you tell me about your school? Mark. Hi. Yes, I live in a small village in the countryside. My school isn't very big. There are only 41 children there, and we have 2 teachers and 2 classrooms. What do you like about it? I like it because it's really friendly. There are older children and younger children all together in the same classroom, so the older ones can help the younger ones. My cousin goes to a very big school in the town. He says that some of the teachers don't know his name because there are so many children there. At my school, everyone knows everyone else. Is there anything you don't like? Well, the only problem is that the playground is tiny. There's not much space to play football. Thanks, Mark. Thank you for giving me your opinion. Now I'm going to talk to Sophia. Can you tell me about your school, please? Hello, I'm Sophia. I go to a very big school in the town where I live. There are more than 800 children at my school, so you can choose lots of different children to make friends with. What else is good about it? Well, we've got an enormous playground, so there's lots of space to run around. And we've got things like a swimming pool, a football pitch, and a really big hall. We perform a play there every year. Small schools don't have things like that. Is there anything you don't like? Only that it can be very noisy sometimes when we're all having our lunch at the same time. And when children start school, when they're only 5 years old, a big school can be quite scary. Thanks for giving me your opinion, Mark and Sophia. You've been very helpful. So that's a conversation between Mark, Sophia, and the reporter. So Mark comes from a small school, while Sophia is from a big school. So the reporter was a little curious about which school is better. Actually, friends, whether you belong to a small school like Mark, here's Mark, or a big school like Sophia, both have pros and cons. It means there are good things about having a small school, like knowing everyone else and helping one another because there are only few people, but there are also negative things like limited space for play area or few teachers and few classrooms. While the big school has, yes, they have a lot of school facilities, bigger halls, bigger playgrounds, but this one is also having a negative, which is it's too noisy. And some of the teachers or some of the people there don't even know other people because there are a lot of students. So whichever kind of school, both of them have positive and negative advantages. So big and little depends on your preference. Now how about if you're gonna watch a movie? Let's listen to track 61 of your CD number 2 and listen carefully. Let's start with Mark. I'm watching a film on our big TV. I like watching films with my family on a big screen. My grandma can't hear very well, so we put on the subtitles so she can read the words. You can see subtitles on a little screen. I like watching films with my friends too. We can watch and eat popcorn at the same time. Sophia, I'm watching a film on my phone. I love watching films on a small screen because I can watch it by myself. I can watch the film that I like best. If you have a small screen, you can take it with you and watch films in the car, in your bedroom, anywhere. You can do that with a big screen. So this time, they are comparing the positive and the negative things of having big or small screen for watching. For bigger screens, of course, it has bigger area to watch for, and you can even read carefully the subtitles because the screen is big, so the words will become bigger also. And you can watch it together with other friends. Now, for small screen like Sophia's, using, for example, your phone or your tablet, it's smaller than a big screen, so you can bring it anywhere you want to. You can easily carry it and watch anytime, anywhere. So there are positive and negative things. You cannot bring the big screen anywhere because it's too heavy and hard to carry, while you cannot, easily see the subtitles for a smaller screen. It will be too irritating with your eyes because it's too tiny, right? So whether big or small, it has their positive and negative advantages. So big and little. Aside from using the word big and little, there are also other words that means the same when we say big and little. And most of them, you encounter them when you read stories or books. So here are some words that means the same as big and little. Let's start with big. If you see this word, huge, giant, enormous, gigantic, large, and great, all of these words means big. For example, a huge castle, it means it's a big castle. While for the little, it has small, tiny, teeny weeny, mini, dwarf, or bit. All of these words means little. For example, in the sentence, it says, I bought a mini toy car. Is it pertaining to a really big car? No. Since it's a mini, it says a little car. So you have to know these words are the synonyms. When we say synonyms, these are the same meaning as big and same meaning as little. Now let's try. Which word can you use for this ice cream? Is it enormous or little? It's enormous because the ice cream is too big, right? How about for this girl? Not the dog, but the girl. Is it giant or tiny? It is tiny because the girl is so small. But if you're talking about the dog, of course you're going to use giant. How about this car? As little as this one. Is it gigantic or mini? It's mini because you can even hold it with your 2 fingers only. Next, how about this man? There's little people there down there, and you're going to compare it with this man. Is it giant or dwarf? It's giant. But if we're going to talk about these 3 people down there, you can say dwarf. Okay? So, good job, friends. So once again, those are the words that are having the same meaning as big and little. We will study more about this chapter as we go along with our next lessons. So that's it for today, friends. Thank you and see you next time.